Welcome to my study today. Around and round. Two quite difficult words in English because it's very difficult to choose which one to use. But don't worry, English speakers are also confused. We'll have to consider the word about as well, and I'll try to explain a difference, if indeed there are any differences. And today, no exercises because it's impossible to give a 100% correct answer. Let's enjoy our English grammar together. Let's look at around for describing a circular movement first. John walked around the town. Now the important word here really is the, and he is walking in a circular route. We could also say John walks round the town every morning for exercise. I'm still using the, and I don't really mean in any particular direction. I just mean he walks around the town. Simple as that, really. But you could say John walks around town. There's no the here. John walks around town like a lord. Now this is a simile, and it describes the manner of John's walking, or that John, when he walks, looks like a lord. Here are two examples which English speakers wouldn't even think about around or round. They would always say, "Come round to my house on Friday," or "the shop is round the corner." So why do we use around? Well, let me explain a little further. I think the confusion of the two words comes when we look at American English. American English prefers around. Around. Come around to my house on Friday. The shop is around the corner. And in musical notation, sometimes the syllables force you to say around instead of round. If you know the old song Rock Around the Clock, it wouldn't fit if you said rock round the clock, so we say rock around the clock. Let's look at some more examples and include giving out and taking a tour. They are sitting around the table. They are sitting round the table. I have no problem with either one of those. They are both, as far as I'm concerned, correct. Let's get round the table. Now this is an idiom, and I think I would prefer here round, because what I'm actually saying is let's negotiate. If you were very clever, you might ask me the question, could you sit round a square table? But you'd have to be clever for that one. I will hand around the papers. And this is the replacement for the phrasal verb giving out. I will give out the papers. I will hand around. I will hand round the papers. Both the same again, as far as I'm concerned. Would you like a tour around my college? Would you like a tour round my college? English people would say both. With indirect movement and position, things are just slightly different, but only slightly so. John is wandering around with nowhere to go. I could also say John is wandering about with nowhere to go. And I can say, is John around? Meaning, is he in the general area? And a very good way to say goodbye, if you can remember this one, see you around. See you around, and remember the intonation, rising at the end. See you around. When someone is being silly or stupid, around and about are very useful words. Please stop fooling around. Or we could say, please stop fooling about. I was messing around in the garden today. Not doing very much, just a few odd jobs, and I can use about. I was messing about in the garden today. When we use an approximation, we don't know exactly the number. We can use there were around 50 people in the crowd, or there were about 50 people in the crowd. Both are equal, both mean the same. If we don't know an exact time, around is very useful. I'll see you around lunchtime. I'll see you around 10 o'clock tomorrow. But we have to consider a slight change when we look at round as a verb. Here are a couple of boxes. One has knocked out the other. He is unconscious. And he says he'll soon come round. And he means he'll soon recover. And here is an example as an adjective, a round sign. That's for the London Underground, if you recognise it. So let's look at some more uses of round as a verb. Here are 3 examples of round used as a verb. Harry rounded the corner and saw the breathtaking view of the valley below. The shepherd rounded up the stray sheep. Rounded up means to collect or gather, and it's a phrasal verb, of course. The ship rounded Cape Horn, facing rough seas and bad weather. Very specific uses as a verb, and I'm afraid the only way to learn them is to learn them. So you can see why these words are interchangeable, round and around, and we can't really do an exercise because it would be so hard for me to give you the 100% correct answer. If you found this lesson useful, could I ask you to please subscribe below and ring that bell? Thanks. Next time we shall look at dare and to dare, 2 different ways of using the same verb. So, thanks for watching, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.